please introduce yourself to us. Tell us a bit about yourself. We obviously had the great pleasure of meeting at TEDx recently, but tell the watchers who you are and what you do.
Well, first of all, Jackie, it's absolutely fabulous to see you again. I think we are bonded for life now, having shared a TEDx experience. So for those who don't know who I am, my name is Sara Moseley, and I'm a business coach and mentor, and I specialise in helping women, and you'll like this, Jackie, of a certain age, we're midlifers and beyond.
Yeah, almost
and I
there.
help them to take their, expertise, their talents, their skills, and turn them into content and products that they can make a successful online business. So it's about raising visibility. It's about getting out there and helping the people that they want to help.
Love that. And when we get to the end, I'll make sure that I ask you, Sara, to just share with people watching how they can contact you and find you and see all the wonderful stuff that you do, because I love this kind of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about TEDx. And tell me what inspired you to get involved with the TEDx Telford event?
It's an amazing thing, actually. The whole experience has been just so awesome. I've been a fan of TEDx. When you're searching for something or researching something, a TEDx talk always comes up. Yeah. So over the years, I've seen many of them. And I love the fact that, they're not perfect, are they? There are people out there with a real passion talking about a subject that they feel really deeply about. And I think I got to a stage where I started watching them thinking, I've got something I want to say, actually. I've got a message I want to get out there. And so it started there, really, in terms of, going from being a viewer to thinking, my goodness, enough of them have touched me to think I could do that too. And I'd like to do that.
Yeah. So
that's how it came about. By the time I got to applying, I decided in January this year, I do a vision board. I like to set lots of goals and so on. And I'm a bit woo-woo. I love my vision board. It's there behind.
We love woo-woo.
I can probably show you. I need to update the TEDx bit on there. But I put a picture of someone doing a TEDx talk. And I'm doing that because they had their hands out, and and I thought I'm going to do that this year. And I didn't know how or where. But I thought I'm going to do a TEDx talk. And so I started visualizing it. And because I'd had this feeling of, I know what I want to say, I know what my message, that I want to get across, I actually started to sort of formulate it in my head and started to visualize it all coming together. And then, when was it? August? I think it was August. Right in front of me, presented to me on social media, there it was, TEDx Telford was coming up, which is about 40 minutes from where I live. And the subject matter was not business as usual. And I just thought, oh my God, this is perfect. Absolutely perfect. This is what I want to talk about. So I've got to admit, I probably shouldn't admit this. No, I will admit this. I put the application form together really quickly because it just felt as if it was flowing, because I thought about it for so much, in the back of my mind, visualized it. And I did my videos. You have to submit a 2-minute video, as you know, but others might not. And I did it on the first take, and it was 2 minutes and 4 seconds. So I just thought, right, this is meant to be. And I sent it off. And that's it. And then
the rest is history. Yeah, absolutely. And very, very briefly, I have got the program in front of me here with your lovely mugshot and bio. But just for people watching, give them a very quick snippet of what you talked about on Saturday.
What I talked about. Yeah, it's really easy. I had to broaden it out because obviously normally I'm dealing with women over 40. So I broadened it out a little bit and made it a general message about, we are so lucky we live in these exciting times, Jackie. We have technology at our fingertips.
Absolutely.
We have access to a global market. So I wanted to highlight that it's really accessible. And my talk then goes into why people aren't doing it and this is the crux of where my real message was coming from, is that it's about fear. You know,
Right.
people don't want to step out and make themselves more visible in order to target the right people in a global market, you know, wherever they may be. And it's fear. So my talk then goes through my win formula, which is about step-by-step process of how to, you know, in better way of putting it, but how to get over yourself, you know, and get out there and do it.
Amazing. And at the time of this kind of, by the time this kind of goes out there, it may be that Sara's video is up on online to watch. I'm sure you're going to share the link with everybody when it comes out. Maybe if not, then it's useful for people to follow you beforehand, and then in the interim period whilst they wait. And I'm sure you'll be sharing, like I'm going to be sharing mine as well.
I'm going to share. It's like waiting for a birth of something, isn't it? I mean, it's so much time and effort has gone into it. The minute it comes out, then yeah, absolutely, we're going to be loud and proud, aren't we?
Absolutely, and just as it should be as well. Just as it should be. So I mean, your own talk aside, although that might be your moment, if you like, but what was for you the best thing about the TEDx Telford event? I think it's useful to just share.
Oh, so much. I was really fortunate actually in that I was in the first block. Right. So, you know, we were all having coffee, weren't we, and mingling at the beginning, and then I was the third speaker out of the 15 of us that were on there. And that was great actually, because I was able to kind of get up there, do my thing. I listened to the first two so intently. I thought I'd be sitting there really nervous, but they were so encapsulating, you know, that it was great because it kind of took your mind off it. But the speakers, all of you, you know, Jackie, you were amazing.
Thank you.
Every single speaker that was there had really strong messages to get across. And you can't help but be swept up with that. So I loved the speakers. But the atmosphere, I'm sure you will agree, the atmosphere in that room was electric. And it's so lovely, isn't it? That, I mean, I've been to many events and I love it when you get energy in a room, but TEDx was different. There were, you know, everybody was so into the whole thing, you know, and really left any troubles or whatever they've got going on at the door and just focus on what was going on at TEDx and business. Not business as usual. So yeah, the speakers, the people, it was so well organized as well. I mean, big thanks to Sam. Sam and the team just worked so hard to make it such a brilliant event. So yeah, I mean, that was obviously, that's in the past. So I would say I'm going to be going to as many TEDx events live as I possibly can get to now, because yeah, just a brilliant way to immerse yourself in positivity and amazing people.
Yeah, what a great summary. I couldn't have put it better myself. I just think, all credit to Sam Warner. She's going to do one of these little interviews with me as well, actually, from an organizer perspective. But, you know, for people watching, we found out that actually those organizers had just 9 weeks, hadn't they, to put this together. And kind of everyone was saying to them, it just won't happen. And they were like, you just watch us. And they just did an amazing job. It was flawless, wasn't it, Sara?
Oh, definitely. I mean, they were very much advocates of I can and I will, watch me, you know. And if you look at the TEDx website, you know, it gives speakers advice quite openly. It's public, anybody can go and have a look, and it gives speakers advice, and it says, you know, 6 months before the event you want to be doing this, and I looked at it, I was like, wait, what, you know. But yeah, absolutely fantastic job. They really did pull it out of the bag, and you wouldn't have known it was done in 9 weeks.
You really wouldn't. They really did us and all the people that attended proud, and as well as themselves, of course. So Sara, look, great talking to you, and you're a busy lady because you've got loads of people's lives to change out there. And so in anticipation of your TEDx, please summarize by telling people, how can they find you, how can they follow you, how can they get involved with the wonderful work that you do?
Well, I'm really easy to find because I'm out there saying, come on, we've got to be more visible. We've got to get out there. So if you Google my name, you will find me fairly quickly. So it's Sara Moseley. My website is saramoseley.com, which is SARAMOSELEY.com. But I am very active on Facebook. And again, the page is my name. I love Instagram as well. You can find me on there, Sara Moseley Business Coach. And send me a message, or actually I've got some brilliant free training going on at the moment and coming up.
Fantastic.
So if you go onto the website, you'll be able to see some things that you can sign up for there as well. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, look,
say hello.
Yes, absolutely. And, I was fortunate enough to have already had a sneak peek of the real deal from Sara. And, I'd highly recommend that anybody does, firstly, get in touch with Sara, because as you can tell, what a lovely, genuine, authentic individual she is. And also, of course, and I mean that, it's not just from one TEDx speaker to another.
Oh, bless you.
But also, do make sure you take a look, download and view her TEDx talk when it's available. So Sara Moseley, it's been an absolute roller coaster so far, hasn't it? And thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I look forward to seeing the produced article of your TEDx as soon as it's done. Yeah,
me too, and I can't wait to see yours. And I'd love to have you on my channel as well.
Yes.
Let's do that, because
let's absolutely do that.
You just interviewed me, and I'm like, there's so much I want to share about you as well. So
it would be an honour and a pleasure. So thank you, Sara. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody now, and we'll speak again soon. Take care.